Hey guys, it's Nene here from I'm Just Crafty, coming to you live from the Maker Studio. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I know it has been a while since I've been live, but I'm back and I'm excited and have a ton of fantastic crafts ready to share with everyone. So today we are going to be creating another UV resin glitter pen. Actually, we're going to create 3 different pens. We're going to use a water slide, we're going to use a vinyl wrap, and we're going to do a glitter pen. So if you want to know all the supplies that we're going to use for this project, you can download this supply list over on our website at themakerstudio.la/freebies. And inside that, you will find a folder that has all of our craft supply lists. The good thing about our supply list is they come with clickable links. So if, like, for example, it says sandpaper and you want to know like what kind of sandpaper I may be using, or what kind of water slide paper I use, you could just be able to click on that link and it'll take you to Amazon. That'll show you an example of what I use when creating my design. So we are going to get started. I was looking for a container from our water slide because I always seem to forget to grab something, but I think I found, yeah, something that will work. All right. So if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. Hey Shayna, how have you been? The other thing is, if you want to try this but you don't want to invest heavily in like all the materials and tools that you may need just to try it, before you go ahead and like dive all in, we do have project kits available, the Maker Studio, and this is our UV resin pen kit, and it comes with the materials and supplies that you need to create a glitter pen, a water slide pen, and a vinyl wrap pen. And I even include an extra water slide and extra vinyl wrap in case you mess up. So this is truly like a project kit, not just, like one and done. And if you mess up, like you're screwed kind of thing. So inside this kit, it includes, and I'll show you, um, 3 ink joy pens that are already prepped and primed. So what I did was I clipped off the little clip things and sanded them down, and already painted them with white primer. So you don't have to buy primer. You don't have to buy the tool to sand everything. That part's already done. Okay, you've got your pins and you've got the little insides. It's already taken apart for you. I've also primed the tops. Okay, so these are blue pins, and I just primed the tops in case you want to do the tops a different color. It has all the little pieces to put it back together. It's got a little football charm because this one particular project that we're doing today is a football mama pen. And then it has a reusable finger cot. Okay, so you'll see where we use that. It has glitter in there that you'll need for your pen. It has alcohol pads. We always talk about having alcohol. It has the dynamic dual. So we've got our UV resin and our UV resin torchlight. You just have to add your own batteries because we don't ship it with batteries. Okay. And you can also use this for tons of other projects. So this is a great deal because you use this for the badge reels, for the snow globe tumblers. You can do them for other things too as well. So once you have this, like, you'll notice I use this in a lot of our projects. So this is great. You'll get it. We call this our dynamic duo. Inside here, you have your designs. So you have your vinyl that we're going to use on the glitter pen. This says Football Mama. It's hard to see it in white. It has the water slide design, and it has 2 different water slide designs. So it has the Pigskin Mama water slide, and then it has the Football Mama water slide, and then it has the same thing with the vinyl wraps. Football Mama vinyl wrap and the pigskin vinyl wrap, or it's supposed to, oh, there it is, it's hiding, in the pigskin vinyl wrap. So if you mess up one, you still have another one of both that you can definitely use. So that is in here. You have some sandpaper, and then we have the dowels that you will use to put your pins on as you're working. And then this little, it's just a piece of styrofoam. And I use the styrofoam to stick the dowels in to kind of hold the pins while I'm working. So that's why you have that styrofoam in there. Of course, I have like all the other fancy doohickeys, but again, this is a try it kit. Like, you want to experiment and see if this is a project or craft type that you like to do before you go and invest in getting all the materials and tools to get it going. So you can grab this off of our website. The makerstudio.la. And if you click on the link that says project kit, you'll find this one as well as any of our other kits. The good thing about it is if you purchase one of our project kits, you'll receive a coupon code for a free virtual workshop. And in that workshop, it's a Zoom-based workshop. You'll have your kit, I'll have the kit, and we walk you through step by step how to complete the project. So that's super exciting. I think I put everything back in there. So this particular one is our UV resin pen kit. So again, if you don't want to go out and invest in all the fancy smancy things, you want to try this. And you can complete 3 pens with the stuff that's here. If you want to do more, you can get some more gel pens and probably have enough glitter to do more gel pens as well. All right, so we are going to just kind of hop on into our project. These are the 2 designs that we're going to work with, and then there's also some glitter that we are going to do. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and just drop them down in the chat, and I will make sure to answer y'all's questions. Okay, so again, I have my 3 pins that I've already primed and prepped. And just to prime them, if I want to show you, do I have one? What it looks like beforehand. Let me grab one so I can show you what it looks like before that. These will make great Christmas gifts, teacher gifts, team gifts. You know, the season is coming up for holiday gift giving, and these are pretty inexpensive to make, and you can kind of batch them really quick. So this is what the pen looks like before it's prepped. And all I did was just take it apart. I have a little snipper. I took this off, sanded it down, and then I just used spray paint to coat it. I did a couple coats of spray paint. You can also use a white acrylic paint. You can use gesso paint, or you don't have to paint it at all. Sometimes I'll get the actual pen that's the same color as the design that I plan to use, and then I won't even coat it. So I've done it all kinds of ways. I'm just going to go with this way today. Okay, so we have these primed and prepped. This one kind of has a little, I don't know, I don't think I sanded it very well, but it's okay because I'm going to use this one then for the glitter since it already has a texture to it. And then I'll use these for the water slide and for the vinyl wrap. And so the first step that I like to do with my pens is I'm actually going to coat them with UV resin before I apply my designs. So get this out the way. Okay. And this little gadget I got from, I think 3D Imagination is the company. They do 3D printing of stuff. And since I make a lot of these pens, I went ahead and invested in some of the tools just to make it a little bit easier for me, especially if I'm making them in batch. But again, in your project kit, you have the styrofoam that it serves the same purpose. You can just kind of stick it on a dowel and get it going. And I got my styrofoam from Dollar Tree, so it was $1.25. I'm just peeling off the paint residue from when I spray painted these. And I'm gonna just get this out of the way. I have a giant silicone mat underneath, covering my work surface because I don't want the UV resin to just kind of get everywhere. So I just covered my tabletop with this mat. And I just use the alcohol to clean up as I go. Let me grab one of my finger pods. I never leave things out for me. Okay, I'm going to borrow it out of this kit. No, I'm not, because I have extras. So what's everybody crafting this week? What are you guys working on? October is coming up. You have some Halloween crafts that you're going to be working on. Okay, so in this kit, they also have like this little extender. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my UV resin and my torchlight. And I'm going to put just a very thin coat of my resin. Just a little thin coat. And this is just to give me a semi-smooth working surface to apply my glitter and my decals and all that good stuff on. And I'm going to just kind of spread it out and just keep rubbing until I feel a smooth glide. If it's kind of dragging or grabbing or feeling tacky, then that means there's not resin in that particular area. So I'm going to just keep working it. Ooh, Shayna, you're doing a vendor show. Ooh, how exciting. Yeah, it's the season where they're going to be having vendor shows and holiday shows and all kinds of stuff coming up. So it's like the crafters groove time. Okay. And then just kind of don't forget to get some over your top as well. And then just give it, a quick like 30 seconds with your torch. Ooh, Alfrea, the reusable calendars. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Is it acrylic backing or what are you using for the backing of the calendar? I've seen some of those being made on social media. It's a labor of love, all those intricate lines, squares, and it's a lot of little pieces. Okay, so that one is good. I'm going to just set this to the side over here. And then just go with this next one. I'm going to save the glitter one for last. Yeah, that's my glitter one because I'm going to actually apply some glitter. So it's just the same thing. I'm going to just put a thin line at my resin. Can't believe I almost have an empty bottle. This stuff lasts forever, you guys. And just getting it just a base coat. Are you going to use acrylic? Oh, awesome. How big are they going to be? Like, what are what's the dimension? And for those of you that don't know, Alfrea does a lot of paper crafting magic with her silhouette. She makes some awesome stuff. I'm going to get her in here as soon as I get enough people to sign up for paper crafting class and have her teach us her gift. Okay, so it's a little rough right here at the top, and Probably expected. That's where I did that extra sanding at. So I'm going to put just a little bit more right here. It's time to crack open a new bottle. I'm trying to get every last drop. All right, and that's it. Same thing, 30 seconds, just to give it a quick cure. Okay, 11 by 14 and 18, so not super too big, but 18 by 24 is a nice size, I would say. Yeah, 11 by 14, I see that as my printer prints that big. I'm sure those make really good Christmas gifts. So if you guys are thinking of things to do for Christmas, what kinds of stuff are you going to sell at the vendor event, Shayna? What are you thinking? All right, so we've got that one done. 30 seconds. Set it to the side. Now, I'm going to get my glitter ready because when I put this resin on here, I'm going to want to add some glitter to it as well. So I'm going to grab my little tray. Let me get a resin that actually has some stuff in it. There we go. Okay. And what I was thinking for this design is I wanted green and brown, obviously to represent football. So I'll probably do brown on the ends and then just do the middle green. Or I could do, yeah, I want to do that. So I'm going to just get a little pencil just to kind of mark off where I want it. So like here, and then I'll go to like this line. I'm sorry you guys can't see. My fault. I'm just marking off where I want the colors to kind of go. Okay, so one there, and then this is going to be like at this little second. There's some dots on the pins. Okay, so I'm going to work from here down, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put some resin here, then I'm going to apply the brown color, and then so I've got this. It's kind of like it's more of a rose gold than it is brown. And then I have just the green glitter that I'm going to do. Oh, you got a lot of stuff, Shayna. Oh, wreaths. Oh, that's cool. I'm doing a wreath workshop here at the studio Saturday? Yes, on Saturday. It's an in-person workshop, but I'm probably going to live stream it too. Are we doing wreaths? Yeah, I think we're doing wreaths on Saturday. I don't think this one is even open, y'all. That's just brand new. Yep. Um, yeah, we're going to do Halloween wreaths. So you can tune in. Wreaths are fun and easy, and you can get everything that you need from the Dollar Tree. So you can literally like make a wreath for like $20. Sell it for like 60. Okay, so with this one, again, it's just going to be a little bit, and I'm going to kind of stick to this general area. Sorry, y'all, let me turn this off and let me move up a little bit. There we go. So y'all can see. And the key is just to make sure that you got some resin all the way around so that it will stick. Because we're going to put the glitter on here. I'm not looking for my lines to be like all precise or anything. Otherwise, I would use like painter's tape. I just want it to be kind of sectioned off. Okay, and then I'm going to just use my little spoon. And if you order one of our project kits, you can specify like which sport. If you don't want to do football, you want to do basketball or baseball or soccer or whatever, just you can choose and then put in the text part of your order which decals you want. And if you want to specify like glitter colors too, you can do that. Okay, so we've got this in. See, I've got a little gap right there. I may need to add a little bit more resin. Let me see. No, there's just not any right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead just for 30 seconds to cure this part. Okay, so we've got the first layer down, and then now I could either just come in, maybe I'll just come and do this other one, and then we'll do the green last. Yeah, I got to figure out if I want to do any bending. It's so hard though because they want you out there all day, and I'm like, weekends are when I do my classes, so that may not work out. Okay, I think I got this one fully covered. And same thing, I'm just going to add my glitter. Kind of tap off the excess. And then go ahead and just give it a quick 30-second cure. Glitter pens take the longest, which is why I wanted to kind of get that started first to show you guys that process. Okay, and then the next part, now I'm going to wipe my cot off because I don't want to mix the brown with the green, is I'm going to get my center going. And again, this design is not one of those like precise designs, so it's okay that some of them like they overlap or whatever. I'm not even worried about that. But depending on your design, you may want it to be more exact. Because what I can also do is get a piece of, and I may do that, see if I have a piece of white like washi tape to kind of even it out. I forgot to dump this back. I have another one. Before y'all start fussing at me about not saving my glitter. Okay, so let's do the green. This is kind of cute. I'm not a football mama, but I'm paying homage to my mamas that's out there on Friday Night Lights, supporting our boys and girls. Some of our daughters play football as well. Oh, this is going to be cute. Sometimes I worry about my color choices. Now, the other thing that you could have done, since this was already prepped for you and primed, is you could have painted underneath the brown and the green. Because as I'm looking at it, I can see some of the white kind of shining through. But it's okay because for me, when I look at the football turf, you do see like there's some white shining through as well. But again, it depends on what your design is and how you want to do it. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to set this to the side just to cure a little bit more so that the glitter doesn't start moving when we work with it. So I'm going to take, um, go set it near the window so to cure in the sunlight. All right, so that glitter is done. I'm not going to do a second coat. I'm going to just leave it like that. And then the next step would be after it cures some more, just go over it with a coat of UV resin. And then if it needs to be sanded, I will lightly sand it. I will apply my vinyl sticker that says Football Mama on it, and then apply my final coat of UV resin. So that is going to be that process. Let's get to the other ones. My trash can. Oh, Green Bay Packers, yeah. That is kind of Green Bay Packer-ish. I was thinking when I picked those colors, like, oh, it looks like a football field, the green with the football field, and then the brown, which is more of a rose gold, was supposed to like reflect a football. But actually, the studio is located across the street from a high school, and the school colors are actually green and white. So now, and I look at their field, not their football field out my window, but one of their fields. All right. So we've got glitter everywhere, which is usual for me. Even after showering, washing my hair, I wake up in the morning and I still have glitter. Can anybody else relate to that? Okay, so the next part of the project, the other pins are, we are going to do let's do the vinyl wrap first because that is the easier one. So we have, okay, so here's our Cricut cutout. We have Pigskin Mama vinyl wrap, we have Football Mama vinyl wrap, and then we have the 2 water slides. I'm thinking I'm going to use this as the water slide, and I'm going to use this one for the vinyl wrap. And I'll save my extras in case I need to. So let's look at our vinyl wrap first. When I touch these, they're still a little bit tacky, which is fine because we want to have something for our vinyl to stick to. Okay, and these, if you get the kit, it may not be exact. There may be room for overlap. So I'm going to get my trimmer though, because I do want to trim this down just a little bit at either the top or the bottom. Well, actually, let me use a X-Acto knife. Just because, at the top of the pen, it's got to fold over and all that. And let's see, I want my pen Football Mama. So I want this to be the top because I want this to face down. So let me fold this up so I don't cut my silicone mat. But I'm just going to take this and just trim a little bit off. Like I want it to be flush with the football. So if you do get our kit, check the size to make sure that it's what you want it to be. With the water slide, I'm not worried about it because it's just going to mold to whatever size it is. So now if this is here, yep, that's perfect. Okay. So with the vinyl wrap, it is easy peasy and literally we are just going to get it on there. So I'm going to just take a little corner. I don't need this yet. Jumping the gun, guys. And all this is printable vinyl. And matter of fact, this is Cricut brand. Cricut, I think, released their printable vinyl a little while ago. But I started to use it and I like it. It's not sticker paper. I may have used sticker paper before, but printable vinyl is because the liquid from the UV resin, even though it cures pretty fast, I just didn't want to chance the liquid smudging the design. So I prefer to use printable vinyl. And all I'm doing is just taking and just folding back just a piece of the vinyl just to expose a little bit of the adhesive to grab on to the pen while I line everything up. Okay. So now that I have my pen, and I was trying to see, is there a line on here? Not really. But I'm just going to do my best to kind of get it straight. And then just kind of like slowly wrap. It's still tacky to the touch, which is okay because that's going to help it stick. And I'm just going to kind of slowly smooth it around as it goes. Okay, and now it's going to overlap a little bit. So you can make some decisions. You can trim it down or you can just overlap it. It's not a big deal for me. I'm just going to overlap it because you get the gist of the pen. Okay, but I probably could have trimmed it a little bit closer. I think when I created the design, it was supposed to be trimmed exactly at this edge. So there's that. But it's on here. It's secured pretty good. Okay, it's over a little bit right here. So what you can do is go in and you can trim it now or you can trim it with your X-Acto knives once you've see just a little bit over the edge there. So I'm gonna just trim that down. And it's over the edge because I didn't put it all the way to the top. So I probably should have trimmed this part as well. But that works for me. Okay, so now that we have this, just kind of give it another good smoothing out. And then your next step is going to be to apply your UV resin directly over it. And I like to start at the seam. And again, we're just going to push it around. And you could do a little bit of a heavier coat than the initial coat, but still not too thick because you want this to dry really well and you don't want it to have like puckers or creases or things like that. And again, you'll just kind of work it on there. Definitely want to give some TLC to the top to make sure that it's going to get a secure, what do you call it? Where it's kind of a secure seal at the top where the paper kind of is there. Make sure that it's smooth. Okay, the bottom is not as important because that is where you put the pen back together and you kind of screw that part, but I'll just kind of roll it and make sure that I'm getting down there as well. Okay. And then once I feel like I've got a good coat, I'm going to go ahead and I call this flash curing. I'm going to just flash cure it for about a minute. And this just kind of locks everything in place. And again, if you have our kit, you have it on your little wooden dowel. After you flash cure it, you can stick it in the styrofoam, stick the dowel in the styrofoam, and then set it in the sunlight for a minute or so while you work on the other one. Okay. So I'm going to just go and add this to my collection by the window. And it doesn't have to be direct sunlight because the sun is not shining through my windows, but it's the UV rays from the sun. So it's that indirect sunlight that is hitting the pins and that is helping it cure. But if you have it in direct sunlight, it'll be done in like 2 minutes. Okay. All right. So now for our water slides, really simple. Um, Water slide paper is a bit pricey. So you definitely want to be mindful of that as you're using it. What I did, this is, I can't remember. I think this is white. It comes in either white or transparent background. So if it's transparent, that means that when I slide it off, these areas that are white are going to be clear. They're going to be see-through. But if it's white background, then those areas are going to be white. I can't remember because I took it out the package and I don't remember what it was. But I printed it. And when I print my designs on my water slide paper, the settings I use are for photo glossy. Okay. And then I do the best print setting and then let it dry. Okay. It's just regular inkjet printer. You don't need a special printer. You let it dry. And then I spray it, the entire sheet. I spray it with Mod Podge sealant spray. You can also use the triple thick. I spray it, let it dry for about 10 or 15 minutes, spray it again, let it dry for about 10 or 15 minutes, spray it again. So I do a total of 3 coats. And what this does is it's going to seal in the ink on your water slide paper so that then when you go to put it in the water, the ink doesn't run. If you put it in the water and the ink runs, that means that you didn't do a good seal, or maybe you need to do another seal, or maybe it didn't dry. So we're going to see. See, I have some water. Don't I have some water? Okay. I dumped my water earlier. I tell you, I've got some water. Some people say use warm water. This particular water is not warm, it's cold. So give me a second. Let me zap it real quick in the microwave. Oh, no, I have water. Hold on, guys. I forgot I have tons of distilled water in here from when I do my snow globe tumblers. And it's room temperature. So there we go. So I'm going to just pour a little bit of water in a container. And you only need enough to cover the slide. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a full-on bucket of water. And then I'm going to just simply take it and put it inside. Make sure that the water is covering it. So it wants to curl up, but I need to get it in that water. And it usually takes about 30 seconds. I can already see it cracking a little bit, which I'm hoping that it's a good seal. We'll see. And I just kind of move it around. I don't know if I don't know if you guys can tell that it's cracking a little bit, but that could also just be the print quality. Oh, okay, so I think this is a white water. So it's already coming off of the pen. I'm sorry, off of the backing paper. So what I'm going to do is just take some of this water and I want to just wet my surface as well. Because at this point, water is your friend. Okay, so just kind of get your pen nice and wet. And then carefully, so it's sliding off. Pigskin Mama, I want it to go this way. So as it slides off, I'm going to put my top here. It's very delicate. So you've got to remember that. It wrinkles easily. And I like to show people this because for some people live and die by water slides. Me, I just wanted to show y'all. I'm going to stick with my vinyl wrap all day long. There are benefits, definitely benefits to water slides. See these wrinkles and stuff? Not my cup of tea. But do you see how easy it like molds to the shape of the pen? Okay, so as you can see right here, the mama part is where it got all wrinkly, like down here too. You can, play around and kind of finesse it a little bit, add a little bit of water, but you have to be careful because you don't want it to start to rip. Okay. So what I'm going to do at this point is just smooth it out. As best I can. So some of the ink kind of starts to peel off. I don't know if that is because I didn't seal it good enough or if it's just because it's just fragile. It could also depend on the brand of your water slide. This particular brand, I believe, is made by the Memory Keepers brand. But you can also try other companies on Amazon. I believe there's another brand that I have tried, but it's not this one. Okay, from a distance, it looks really cute, but up close, it's like a Monet. Up close, you just see a bunch of stuff. You see all that? How free you said you'll stick with vinyl. Yeah, I mean, it has its purposes, maybe not for a full wrap. Like maybe if I wanted to do like glitter down here and then do a water slide wrap here, maybe it'll work for that. But I just think the full on wrap it's a bit much for me. So now what I'm going to do is let it dry. And while it dries, I'm going to just bring over my glitter one. And the other thing is, it has to dry um, before you apply the UV resin. So, there's that. Okay, so we'll go back to glitter. So I guess the verdict is printable vinyl or is kind of like my jam. I think out of all the pens that I've ever made, the most that I make is from the printable vinyl. It just is. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is same thing, but I'm just do a little bit more of the UV resin. As you can see, it's kind of like already dripping. That's okay. I'm not going to rub it too hard. Just make sure that it's coating, and I'm definitely going to need to add some more on the back side. I really like the way this turned out though. Okay. And again, I don't have to make sure that it's like super smooth. This coat is really just to lock in the glitter. And I may apply one more coat before I do sanding. Just want to make sure that the glitter is fully covered. Yeah, yeah, I think vinyl is like, you know, it's very versatile. The other thing I'm going to do, I think next week when I do a set of pens, is I'm going to use fabric. I think that would be really cool too. Do some fabric, do some Mod Podge. I think that will be really. Sorry about that, y'all. They doing construction in here, and I have nobody told me beforehand. Okay, So we're going to let this one cure, and let's bring over our fave of the day, which is our vinyl wrap. Yep. So with this one, all we have to do is just do another coat. This will be the final coat. Like, I don't even have to sand anything with this. It's really just smoothing it out with my resin, getting a nice smooth finish, and then this is done. Like, that's the great thing about printable vinyl. Yeah, Shayna, I've seen people do the fabric tumblers, and they are so nice. I mean, fabric colors are so vibrant. You can get the intricate designs or patterns, and it would just be the same process, just like you're doing the vinyl, except what I would do, what I'm thinking I'm going to do with these pins is I'm going to put a coat of Mod Podge down first, then wrap it with the fabric, and then apply the UV resin over top. And then if I wanted to like add like a personalized cutout of adhesive vinyl from my Cricut, I can do that on the layer and then just do one final layer of the resin. All right, so this one is going to be about done. I do have a charm that I want to attach to it. I don't know. No, I think I'm going to put the charm on the glitter one since this already has a football. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, this other one is still wet. My water slide is still wet. So I have this little football charm. And really this is just a button. I bought a pack of buttons that were football themed, and I just snipped the back off. And so all I'm going to do is on my glitter pen, just put a little bit of UV resin on it and then just attach it to the pen and then cure it. And then it's going to be stuck on there. It's not going to come off. So I'm going to do that. So while my pens are doing their final curing, you guys, I actually have a UV light machine. I'm going to put them in the machine and run it through. Then what I will do is apply my cutout, and this just says Football Mom. You can't really see it, I know. It says Football Mom. I'm going to apply that there, do a final coat, add that football, and then I'll take a picture and I'll post the final product. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, if you want to grab your try it. I know even if my video today was a bit discouraging to try the water slide, you get two in the kit. If you want to try the DIY project kit, you'll get two in here to try it. I am next week. I'm definitely going to do another video with fabric, and I'm going to do another video with a water slide, but just as half of a design, not the whole pen, and see. Because I mean, water slides at the end of the day, if it worked right, it would be so simple. But I really like the way that it forms around the pen. But it is a pain, you know. I don't like all that on the bottom, so I'm definitely going to, you know, as you guys can see, like that part, I may have to take some, I don't know. It is what it is at this point, but the pigskin part looks really cool. That whole top part looks good. It's just down at the bottom. So I may take it off and try it again. I do have another one, and figure it out. But we will see. I will catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well and they're not doing construction. I'm going to do a bad drill, some bad drills. using UV resin and shrink dink. So make sure you tune in for that. And I will catch you guys inside the studio. Have a great rest of your day.